Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at stampwithelaine.com. I have a fancy fold card for you today. It's a tad smaller than the standard card so that I could maximise the use of the designer series paper out of a 6x6 inch sheet. It uses the Celebration of Tags dies. I love this little whale here. And this is the set of dies that goes with it. It's called the Trio of Tags dies. This is one stamp. These three images is one photopolymer stamp, but it stamps three different tags all in one go, just as you can die cut these tags all in one go. So it's just the one die, but it die cuts three separate tags. Needless to say, I combined it with the Whale Done stamp set and it's coordinating whale punch, so this can be purchased as a bundle. Let's gather the rest of the supplies. The card base is 4 inches by 11 inches, and in metric that's 10.2 by 28 centimeters and folded in half to make a tent card. To make the fancy fold, this piece piggybacks onto the card base so that it makes another fold, as it were, and this piece measures 3.5 by 10 inches. In metric that's 8.9 by 25.4 centimeters. On the long side you need to score at 2.5 and 5 inches, so that's 6.4 by 12.7 centimeters, and that folds like that. For the matte layers, this is Pool Party, and for this matte layer here you need 4 7/8 by 3 3/8. In metric that's 12.4 by 8.6. You need 2 pieces for the matte layers on these folds here, and these measure 3 3/8 by 2 3/8. That's 8.6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. I used the Whale of a Time designer series paper. These are 6 by 6 inch sheets with 12 double-sided designs, and this is one side and that is the other side. Out of that pack I chose this pattern and this pattern. Basically I cut it into half so that they measured 3 inches by 6 inches, so I could get 2 cards out of the one sheet. So the piece that goes here on the back measures 3 inches by 4.5 inches. That's 7.6 centimeters by 11.4 centimeters. This measures 3 inches by 2 1/8 inches, so that's 7.6 by 5.4 centimeters. I'm not doing any stamping on these, so I think I better glue them all down before I lose it. So I'll glue this piece first, which is the base of the fold, and I want to leave an even border all round. So that looks about right. Then glue the designer series paper. Oh, wait, nearly made a mistake. Glue the Pool Party one first. Followed by the designer series paper, and these 2 smaller ones for the panels here. Followed by the designer series paper. For the inside of the card you need a Whisper White standard cardstock, 3.5 inches by 5 inches. I'll glue that as well. These whales can be punched out with the whale punch. So you can position it like that and punch it out. But if you see that it's going to punch into the next little whale, then I would just cut that out first before you punch the bigger one. I've punched out those that I could and then fussy cut the other little whales, and we'll need one of those for the inside of the card. I've done that for the inside of the card. I just pop them in a little cello bag and keep it. I'll leave that one out because I'll need it later, and then I leave it in my box so when I do need it, it's there to hand. We'll need some Whisper White scrap to stamp the label and also the whale, Pacific Point ink, the Whale of a Time sequins, and the sheer ribbon in Pool Party. Bring in my Stamparatus and ink up the whale. I've got my inks out, so I'm just going to stamp whale down here. Glue this little whale I fussy cut from the Designer Series paper onto here. Change stamps to this little bubbly one. Stamp again. My whale next and get that punched out. Punch out the whale. Now you could leave it with just the one whale, but I like to punch out another one in Pool Party, and that's because when you look at the back of the card like so, at least then it will match with the Pool Party on the back. I forgot to press record, and so that I could glue the Pool Party one and the stamped image together, and it makes this a lot stronger. Oh, I forgot to press record again. Only apply adhesive to the lower half of the whale because you don't want the glue to show on the back of it, and then lay it out and glue it so you've got something firm to press onto to secure it and allow it to bond. Now we can do our die cutting. Now I've trimmed that off because we don't need that much cardstock and it only wastes it. So that's what I need to die cut. I'll cut it off camera like I normally do, but this is the new Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. So you need platform 1, platform 2, which is the thin die adapter, one of the platform 3s. Then you put your cardstock on and place the die cutting edge face down, and then top number 3 plate, and then you're ready to run it through the machine. Pop the label up onto dimensionals, remove the backing paper, and then stick that on. Take your sheer ribbon and tie a little bow. Trim it off. Grab a glue dot. And stick it on to cover the hole. And then we'll pop some of these Whale of a Time sequins. They're really lovely. They've got some seashells and iridescent colours. I'll need the fine tip glue pen, and I'm going to have to work quite quickly because I don't want the fine tip glue nozzle to get clogged up. You need to put it straight back in so that it doesn't dry hard. This is when I take the end off my tool so that I can easily pop those down, because I don't know about you, but I just feel so ham-fisted when you're dealing with something as delicate as this. So that's the card finished, and that's how it looks. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. You'll find all the links to the supplies I use below this video in the Show More section. You can also read more about it over on my blog. You can also find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Don't forget, next week is the start of my countdown to Halloween for 6 weeks, every Wednesday. And for the Christmas one, it's a 12-week countdown every Friday. So do join me for my new series. I'm really excited about it, and I hope you are too. Thanks for watching. Bye.